Hello, welcome. Thanks for showing up. My name is Andrew. I also go by Andre, Andreas, Andres, Andrea, different ANDR names. I like them all. I like my name a lot. In fact, I love my name and I have a lot of fun with it. Anyhow, I'd like to talk a bit and communicate a bit about an idea that I'm working with to start a nonprofit organization that is intended to really have a powerful effect on the planet and all the species on the planet in a beneficial way so that this planet can recover from what humans have done to it and actually begin to thrive again before too very long. The idea is multifaceted. There are many different components to the idea, but to simplify things for now, I would like to create an organization that sells goods and services that are not for profit, but are for the organization itself to be able to purchase lands, purchase properties around the world, some of them very major properties that can be thousands of acres, tens of thousands of acres, maybe even hundreds of thousands of acres all across the world, in different ecosystems that are endangered, where property becomes available for sale, or there are owners who are willing to sell the property for the purpose of rehabilitating the property, protecting the environment there, rehabilitating the environment. Let's say there was an area that had been forest and this property is for sale and only a third of the forest remains and 2/3 has been cut down. Well, that property could be rehabilitated so that the entirety of the property is now becoming forest again in a new way that is being watched and assisted by humans to actually be stewards and cultivators of this forest, while we get to learn about how to do this forestry, while we utilize the intelligence of others who have done reforestation work in different places of the world to perform these actions. And we could use some of the land for human purposes, but the main part is there's a rehabilitation of the natural environment, and there is a desire and an intent to help humans learn how to exist harmoniously with the natural world, with the wild world, so that we're not just degrading the wild world and taking from it. We're actually giving back to it. We become stewards of the land. We learn to identify and work with the different species of the planet in beneficial ways, not only for them, but for us ourselves. There is a huge possibility for human life to begin to interact with non-human life in ways that are nourishing for humans spiritually, for their hearts, for their minds, for their bodies, even for their souls and spirits. If you believe in souls and spirits, I have some experience with these sorts of things, but I also am somebody who wants to be very scientific about the things that I do and the things that I claim that I know. So I'm open to learning more before I make a statement about an actual fact regarding things like a soul or a spirit. I just know that I've experienced such things, and that I know there is a depth to the human experience that many people are not aware of, that is a possibility if the right things are done. If the right type of thinking is done, if the right type of activities are done, if the right way of being is cultivated, and it's even better when it's done consciously. And back to the topic at hand, this is something that I want to incorporate into the organization so that people learn how to exist in a harmonious way with these different environments, with these different properties, with these different lands and the species that exist there, to be cultivars of these natural environments, these wild environments, to become naturalized themselves as human beings. And what I mean by naturalized is to basically become wild. And that doesn't mean crazy, and it doesn't mean dangerous. It actually means to become safer for all of life, including humanity itself. It means to learn the ways of this really ancient planet compared to the human cultures of the world. The planet is somewhere estimated to be somewhere around 4.5 billion years old. And there has been life on the planet for an estimated 3 and some billion years. This is a really long time. This is a really long duration. And the intelligence of the planet is still existing here. It is still part of every species on the planet that is from the planet Earth. The intelligence is outstanding. It knows how to heal. It knows how to evolve. It knows how to change. It knows how to adjust. It knows how to adapt. And it does this stuff very, very well and has for billions of years now. That's its track record. And this is part of this organization is about learning to tune in or tap into that intelligence for our own personal benefit, so that if we're unhealthy in some way, we become healthy. We become balanced, we become harmonious, not just with ourselves, but with the planet and its other species as well. That we become tuned into this greater intelligence of the planet. We start acting as a synchronized whole instead of disparate parts that are totally isolated from each other. Where humans begin to trust the environment, begin to trust nature, begin to trust the other life forms. I mean, life forms love to be loved. They love to be cared for. I've witnessed this myself in so many different ways, many times through video, oftentimes through experiences in the physical world. But life forms love to be loved, they love to be cared for, they love to be respected. And there's so much possibility and potential for human relationships with other species on the planet. So, once again, I mean, this organization is multifaceted. Part of it is purchasing property, part of it is using resources from the sales of goods and services to rehabilitate the lands. Part of it is going to be about agriculture, healthy types of agriculture, healthy types of generation of resources like cotton, like organic cotton, for instance, organic hemp for clothing, organic bamboo for clothing, that kind of stuff. Eventually, I would like to move into material sciences, where there's a concerted effort to create healthful, harmonious materials that the human species can use for different technologies that are still desired. The technologies we use nowadays, a lot of them are really toxic for the environment. They're really unhealthy. A lot of them waste a lot of material. It's not necessary. They're too extravagant. And we use these materials, we use these resources in ways that are unintelligent, they're unwise. It's not to say that these technologies are not nice and somehow useful, but some of it is really just quite wasteful. And you know, this organization is sort of geared towards a whole lot of learning. So it's learning how to exist harmoniously, learning how to exist as a human in a modern world that is coming to know how to live with the lands, live with the species of the planet in a way that might be considered more ancient, ways that our ancestors may have lived with these lands, lived with these different animals and plants, some of them, but also to live with technology in healthier ways, and to actually kind of make decisions about what technology is healthy, what technology is not healthy, what technology needs to be changed, what technology is really just not for the benefit of life, including humans. And I mean, I have so many ideas. I've been thinking about this sort of idea for a really long time now. It's been well over a decade. It's actually been more than 2 decades now that I've been thinking of different ideas, different business ideas, different ideas for different types of technology to benefit the planet in a major, major way. I have significant ambition. I'm not going to force it. I'd love to be present globally with this organization eventually, and have properties, major properties all over the world, where volunteers might actually be able to live on these properties, some of them, or people working for the organization, especially those doing research and work to rehabilitate the lands. Also doing healing work with people, different types of healing practices. There are numerous modalities that are available globally for different types of healing that Western medicine doesn't really address or adopt. And I want to utilize as many different actual healing modalities as possible to really get to the root causes, or I would prefer to call them basic causes, of disease and imbalance or disharmony within human beings and within other species as well, eventually, to heal the humans, to heal the people, to heal the animals and plants, to heal the species of the planet, to help for human transformation to a more evolved, individuals with more wisdom, and wisdom being something that is, to me, always a beneficial thing. An example of a product that I am working with is actually jewelry, bracelets, and maybe some necklaces that are nice, natural bracelets. They're supposed to be natural. I'm working towards making them natural. I'm designing them right now. I don't have a lot of resources. I actually experience disability, and I'm not able to work very much at all. I personally have health issues that I'm working to heal and resolve, and I'm actually doing so by participating in this organization, trying to set it up, trying to meet some other people who are interested in working with and for this organization as a volunteer at first, who might want to make some bracelets, who might want to make designs for clothing and hats, and maybe bumper stickers that are all about wisdom and helping the earth and rehabilitating the earth, healing the earth, transforming human consciousness, helping the human species to wake up to the possibility of something way better than what we've been living, where we're not trapped by a system that's supposed to be a system that helps and protects and cultivates the species, but it's not. It's killing the planet. And I'm talking about capitalist systems that are existing all over the world right now, and the different ways of governing life it is kind of governing life. Nature is not really willing to go there, but many humans are just kind of trapped in a way of living that's really unhealthy, and we're sort of enslaved right now. And I'm trying to address these issues to free up humanity, to free up the whole of the planet. I've thought a lot about this kind of stuff for a long time. I'm willing to talk to others about it and to get to know others' ideas and to explore these ideas conceptually with others in a way where they get to know what I've been thinking, so that we can actually begin to work on creating a plan and a project to do what I've been talking about, which is help the earth to thrive, and all of its species to thrive. So I guess I've talked about kind of everything that I really want to for now. If you want to, please leave a comment. You can get in touch with me through the comment section. I don't have an email set up for this organization yet, and I don't really want people contacting my private email. I don't want to put my private email on this right now, just because I don't want it to get smeared, in case that might happen. But leaving a comment if you're interested in working with me, and ultimately for this organization, whether as a volunteer or eventually as somebody who might have a paid position, with some interesting perks. Part of the perks could be living in really beautiful locations with amazing natural environments, with really awesome people, plants and animals and insects and life forms, doing all sorts of amazing works to really heal the planet, heal its people, and helping the planet and its inhabitants to thrive eventually for generations and generations to come. So it could be organic agriculture that's part of parks that's available in different locations. It could be travel to different locations where these properties are existing when we finally buy some of these properties. It could be from the Canadian Rockies to the rainforest in Costa Rica, to somewhere in the South Pacific, to somewhere on one of the Japanese islands, to Africa, to somewhere in Europe, and maybe like Switzerland or Austria or something like that, and who knows where else, India, all over the place really. And you could get an opportunity, as we build and develop this organization, to live in these different places in a way where you might be expected to do some work sometimes, but I'm not really going to be a slave driver. I don't want to be a slave driver. I want to help us to move away from this sort of slave-driven work that so many people have been experiencing. I'm trying to create an organization that's more organic, that's more of a natural organization, that's even supported by nature, supported by the planet, supported by the intelligence of the cosmos even, to be harmonious, to grow and develop and evolve in a way that, and in a way and a timing that is really fruitful, is satisfying, is fulfilling, is relaxed, is easy, is patient, is not forced, is going with the flow, is learning to tune into the flow, to use the flow, where there's a lot of time to hang out doing all sorts of wonderful activities, and where these activities are actually part of the healing process and transformational process for many humans who are out of sync with nature and who are living in disharmony, living in imbalance, living with various health conditions and even disabilities that are really problematic. I want people who work for this organization to be relaxed and at peace. I mean, I want to cultivate this peace. I want to cultivate this well-being. I want to ensure that we're all going to be well-fed and well-nourished in every aspect of our life. I mean, those are the kinds of things that I'm thinking about. I want to create culture and community that is really harmonious and just beautiful and has a variety of different expressions, and each individual can bring their own unique expression, and different communities around the world can have their own unique expressions, and there can still be something of fundamental or essential quality that the organization has on the whole that that could be shared amongst these communities that are all part of the organization from different property locations around the planet. So anyhow, thanks for listening. I'm going to cut this video short. I hope this has been enough. I hope there's been something inspiring about what I've said, something informative. If you're interested in hearing more, then please do contact me in the comments section. I'll try to set up a temporary mailbox pretty soon and put that information in the video. And I'll be creating new videos hopefully soon. I do the work that I can. I'm trying to do it in a really relaxed and inspired way. It's helping me out a lot right now to recover from my own health issues that have been long-standing. And I can't wait to meet some others who are interested in working on this project. Thank you so much. With love and appreciation, Andrew, I am signing off right now. Thank you.